You can keep stripping away all these standards of existence and say somehow that proves the existence of God, but it doesn't. If you keep taking away standards, well, he's outside of physics, he's outside of time, he is neither created nor destroyed, he's eternal, he's omniscient, he's omnipotent, he's omnipresent. Like all you're doing is stripping away standards for how we know whether something exists. And then somehow when you feel like when you've stripped all these standards away from something that exists, then you somehow have established its existence, but you haven't. All you've done is define something as the opposite of that which exists and then claim that somehow that makes that exist.
Okay. I don't apply the same discipline as you apply, because for me, I look at what I call unconditional truth or reality of truth or truth. And for me, as a value, not as what you call, I declare it as my value, yes? It's not... I find
listen, you don't get to do that. That's not philosophy. You don't listen. If I hand you a lump of coal and I say that's gold, have I turned it into gold? I have not. I've simply used a word that is inappropriate to what I'm handing you. And so you can say, well, I don't use the same methodology as you. I am focused on unconditional truth and this and that and the other. No. You don't get to use these words like truth and existence and reality to just layer over whatever your particular religious prejudices happen to be. That's not how philosophy works. I don't get to do it either, by the way. I mean, I think it's true that everyone should believe that Freddie Mercury is the best singer who ever lived, but I can't make it so just by saying it so, right? So when I give you rational arguments and then you say, well, but I use a different methodology, well, you're not using a methodology. What you're doing is you're pillaging from the gold pile of philosophy and covering up something that you have no philosophical proof for and claiming you've done something, which is exactly the same as me grabbing a stone from the ground and calling myself a gold miner because I write the word gold on it. I mean, you're just writing the word truth on stuff, right?
I agree with you. We don't use... I agree and I don't agree with you. I agree with you on what you're saying. Now, what I don't agree with you is that I don't think... This is where the exact point is. When I use the word God and when you use the word God and the discipline you apply to make it existing and I apply to make it existing is very, very different. I don't agree with your definition to say if God exists or not with your way, the way you're going about it. And what's your understanding of it? I have a completely different understanding, and I go about it in a completely different way. I'm not so.
Yeah, and your way your way is the opposite of philosophy, which means you can't use philosophical terms like existence. Existence is a philosophical term in terms of metaphysics. The scientific method to determine existence or non-existence falls into the realm of epistemology, or how we know things are true or false. So you are using all of these philosophical terms while steadfastly opposing any philosophical methodology. You don't get to do that. Neither do I. I cannot assert, listen, if I just say, I don't know, Chinese guys are all shoplifters, and then people say, well, where's your proof of that? And you say, well, or I say, well, it's my method. I have a different methodology. It's proven because it's an unconditional truth. And people would say, well, no, if you're going to make a statement like all Chinese people are shoplifters, you either have to prove it or you have to back down from it, because you're making a statement about reality, and a prejudicial statement about reality. And so I don't get to say, well, my prejudices are exactly as true as your 2 and 2 make 4. I just use a different methodology. It's like, no, there is only one methodology for determining truth, and that methodology is reason plus evidence.